Hi everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. Hope you all are doing extremely well. So in this video, we are going to solve a coding problem that is binary tree heap, right? So first of all, we'll be understanding the problem statement, the logic, and then the coding part. But before proceeding further in the video, if you are new to this channel or if you haven't subscribed this channel till now, then make sure to subscribe the channel, right? It will motivate me to make more such content for you, and definitely the channel is going to be helpful for you as well, and be a part of our Telegram community as well. The link for the Telegram channel is given in the description itself, right? So let's understand the problem statement. The question says that given a binary tree, you need to check if it follows max heap property or not. So a binary tree is given to you, you have to determine whether it's a max heap or not. In the input, you can see the task is to complete the method which takes one argument, that is root of binary tree. The struct node has a data part which stores the data pointed to left child and pointed to right child. There are multiple test cases. For each test case, this method will be called individually. So the function should return what? The function should return true if property holds true, otherwise it should return false, right? But see, so before proceeding to the logic and everything, first of all, it's important that you should be aware of that what is actually a max heap and what is the properties held by max heap. So let's discuss about it. For a binary tree to be a max heap, these should be the properties that should be followed by the binary tree. So first of all, it should be a complete binary tree, and next one is that the value of each node should be less than or equal to the value of its parent, with the maximum value element at the root node. So what is a complete binary tree? First of all, there should be a doubt in your mind. So complete binary tree is a binary tree where every label should be, let me write, every label should be completely filled except the last label, and the filling of the label should be started from the left side, So this is one of the important things to note down. For example, this is a tree like 8, 7, 6, 5. So is this a complete binary tree? Yes, it is, because you can see all the labels are completely filled, and there's an exception with the last label. If it is filled, then that's fine. If it is not filled, even then it would be considered as a complete binary tree. And you can see first we're starting filling from the left side. So yes, it is a complete binary tree. If I am doing something like this, 5, 8, and then this 9, is this a complete binary tree? No, because this left side is empty and you are getting started, you are filling the right side, so that is not a complete binary tree. Let me make some modification. Okay, is this a complete binary tree? Again, it's mentioned that for a tree to be a complete binary tree, we have to start filling from the left side. Let's take one more example, because what I want is that first your concept should be clear, right? Code we can discuss later onwards, but if concepts are not clear, so then it's not gonna work for you. If we are having something like this, 8 and 18, okay, 19, is this a complete binary tree? No, this child is missing. You haven't filled the left part properly, and then like even though you are jumping to the right part, so that's not even a complete binary tree. So now by these many examples, you must have understood that what is actually a complete binary tree. Next condition is that value of each node is less than or equal to the value of its parent. For example, this example we do have. So 6, you can see the root node should be greater than or equal to to its children. That is what they are saying, that each node either should be less than or equal to the value of its parent. It should be less than or equal to the value of its parent. So you can see the 6 here. 6 is greater than that of 5 and 4, right? And when we will be proceeding further as well, it's you can see here 1 and 2 are the children of 5, and they are lesser than that of their parents. For example, here also this has what? This has this child, left child, and you can see the left child is what? 3. 3 is lesser than that of 4. Yes, so that all the condition, and you can see this is a complete binary tree even, right? It is complete binary tree, right? So this is what? Max heap. This is what? Max heap. So now you must have understood that what is actually a max heap. So in a max heap, we have to check for two conditions. First of all, this condition that the child node should be either less than or equal to that of the parent, and next one is that it should be a complete binary tree, right? So we have to check for these two conditions. So let's understand that what approach we're going to use for solving this particular problem. So in this video, I'll be telling you the iterative solution using level order traversal. Obviously, a recursive solution is also there, but in this video we're gonna discuss level order. I'll be doing the recursive one in some another video, right? So level order traversal we're gonna use for solving this particular problem. So what we'll be doing is that first of all we'll be starting from the root node. And another thing is that we'll be maintaining a queue. And as well as a boolean variable. To keep track of that which child node we are going to take this boolean variable, and initially we are going to have it as false. So let's start. First of all, this 6 we have. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to put this 6 inside my queue. Next, I'll be checking if this particular root node has left or right child or not. So it has, right? First of all, we'll be checking for the left child. So if the left child for this root node is not null, what I'm gonna do is I'm going to check for this property. I'll be checking that the data of this left node, if it is greater than that of the root node. What does it indicate? It indicates that it is not holding the max heap property, right? So as of now, it is not so. If it is not so, then I'm gonna push this into my queue. And in case if it is null, if left child is null, so what I'm gonna do is I'm going to mark seen as true. Because initially we have taken it as false, but as of now it is false itself because it has the left child. Again, I'm gonna check the same thing for the right child. So right child, it is present, right? If it is present, then I'm gonna check for this condition. What? That if the value of right child is greater than that of the root node, it means what? That it is not a heap. So in that case, I'll be returning false at this particular time. But as of now, the condition is holding. So I'm gonna push this to queue. And after this, I'm gonna remove this 6 as well from my queue because its part has been done. Now I have 5 in my queue. So for 5, I'll be checking for the left node. So yes, it has the left node. So and also it is the holding the property that you can see the left node, the left child is what? It is smaller than that of the parent. So we're gonna push this and we're gonna check for the right child as well. So yes, it has the right child as well, and even right child is what? Is smaller than that of the parent. So we're gonna push this and remove it from the queue. Then we have 4. So for 4, we're gonna check. So 4 has the left child. Yes, it has. So we're gonna check the condition that if left child is smaller than that of the root node or not. Yes, it is. So we're gonna push this into our queue. And it does not have right child. So we're gonna do what? That seen equal to true. We are using this variable, this boolean variable to keep track of the child that we haven't seen. So you can see here, seen equal to true we have done because you can see there this right child isn't present. Fine. And then we are going to remove this 4 as well. Okay. Then what do we have to traverse to check? For 1, we're going to check. So it does not have left child even, and it does not have right child even. So going to remove it. Then we are going to check for 2. 2. It does not have right child, left child, nothing. We're going to remove it. Same implements on 3 as well. So now our queue is empty, and you know that the cases didn't become false for any of these 2 conditions that we do have for max heap. So at the last, we'll be returning true itself. Let's take one more example where the tree is not a max heap, and let's understand in that case how it is going to work. Let's suppose this is the tree that we do have 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Is it a complete binary tree? No, right? It is not a complete binary tree. So it should not be a max heap. So let us start with the same thing that we do have a queue. So first of all, we're going to push this root node into our queue. We're going to check for the left child. So left child is not null. And we have this seen variable as well. Initially that is false. So it does have the left child. So what we're going to do is we're going to check for the condition. What kind of condition? That the left child should be lesser than that of the root node. So yes, it is. We're going to push this to the queue. Then we have right child as well. So we're going to check for the right child that it should be lesser than that of parent. So yes, it is. We're going to push this as well. Now let's remove it. So now we have what? 3 here. So now we have this 7 to process, right? So 7 for 7, if you will see that it has a left child, yes, it has. So what we're going to do is we'll be checking the condition. So yes, 3 is lesser than that of 7. So that is fine. Let's push this to a queue. Remove it. And it does not have the right child, right? It does not have the right child. So if we will be having some kind of condition like this, that if right child of the parent node is not equal to null, then we're gonna check for this particular thing. Otherwise, we're gonna mark our seen variable as true. Right now, what is going to happen? We'll be processing this node, that is 6. So for 6, left child is present. Right, left child is present. So for checking this, we will be having two conditions. That first of all, if seen is there, or like you can say that if seen equal to true, or the child, whether it's left child or the right child, its value is greater than that of parent. In both these situations, what we're gonna do is we are going to return false. So here in this case, what you can see, it is not a complete binary tree. Before putting this particular node here we should put something, right? Because we'll be starting filling from the left node itself. So that is not a complete binary tree. So as if you can see that this 6 has the left child. So we're gonna check if seen equal true, right? So yes, it is true. Although it is satisfying one of the condition, that 4 is what? 4 is lesser than that of parent, but you can see it is not satisfying the condition of being a complete binary tree. So what we're gonna do is, in that case, we're gonna return false. Because you know that what happened if I am going to make the array for this particular, heap. So how the elements are going to be stored? This will be on 0th index. Then for this particular child, how I can tell, that is will be 2i plus 1. That is 2 into 0 plus 1. That is, it will be at first index. So we have 7. Then this one will be at 2i plus 2. That is at second index. So we have 6. Then for this one, if I have to tell you, so that will be 7 is at first index. So 2 into I plus 1. That will be 3. So at third index, we'll be having what? Third index will be having 3. Then this is not present. This is blank. And for this child, as if 6 is on which index? 2. So this child will be on what index? 2 into 2, 4 plus 1, 5 at fifth index. Fifth index, we have 4. Now, just tell me one thing. This index is empty. You don't have anything here. And you are having an element on the fifth index. Is it valid? No, right? It's not valid. Because we do have array elements in a contiguous order. And for a complete binary tree, the condition is that the elements should be completely filled first of all, except the last label. And another thing is that we should start filling from the left side itself, which is not getting satisfied here. Right. So now you must have understood the complete logic as well and the complete flow, that how it is working. So without any delay, whatever we understood in the logic part, same thing we have implemented in our code as well. So let's have a look on the code and then we can wrap up this video. So first of all, you can see what we are doing is that we are taking a queue. Now there's one base case, that if suppose the root node itself is null. If the root node is null, in that case, what you have to do, you have to simply return true. So that is going to be a base case, that if root node itself is like null. So if root is equal to null, we have to return true. Fine. Otherwise, what we're going to do is we are going to add this root to our queue. That is what we are doing. We are going to add this root node to our queue. Now here we are taking this Boolean variable, which is going to do what? So which become true when an empty left or right child is seen for a node, right? It is going to be true when we are coming across an empty left or right child. Now what we are going to do is that simply we are going to take a loop till the time our queue is not empty. Now we're going to remove the first node itself, the front node itself from the queue. We are going to store this in a temporary variable, that is temp. Now we're going to check this, if that particular node that we have taken out from the queue, if it does have the left child. If it does have the left child, then we're going to check this condition, that if seen, it means we have come across an empty child before, an empty, or this condition, the next one condition, that left child is what? It is greater than that of the root node. So in this case, or basically parent, in this case, we are going to return false. Otherwise, if that is not true, so we are going to add this left child to our queue. And if suppose this left node is what? If this left node is with left child is what? Null. So we're gonna mention that yes, we have seen a empty left child, so seen equal to true we are going to do. Now same thing we are going to do for the right child, even that if seen or the right child is greater than that of the parent, so we're going to return false. If that is not the case, so we are going to add this right child to our queue. And if let's suppose that right child is not present, So in that case, we have seen a empty right child. So we're gonna mention seen as true. And if suppose for any of these instances this false never returned, it means what? It is a maxi. So at the last we will be returning true, right? So this was a complete code. I hope that you must have understood everything properly. Even the code is provided in the description itself, so you can check the code from there even, and the problem statement is also given, so you can solve this problem by yourself. And in case of any feedback or any improvement, make sure to do the comment how was the explanation and everything. So please provide your feedback in the video itself. Thank you so much for watching this video, guys. Keep learning, keep preparing. Bye bye.